The council. Surprise to us all, we only knew about a few days ago, and away we go. Shouldn't last too long, this one, I hope. Public question time. Is there any members of the public with us at all? Nope.
I know of.
Not that I can see. Thank you for that. Public bodies. This is the section regarding recording of the meeting. Any special requirements from anyone? No. Thank you. Two apologies, Rich, please.
Doug has passed on apologies from Paul Davis and Councillor Ben Lockley.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. To receive members' interest in items on the agenda, to consider any written requests for DPI.
No, none.
No. Okay. Thank you for that. Receive officers' interests in items on the agenda.
None.
Any special? No.
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 Consider whether items on the agenda should be discussed in private. Well, clearly we are doing by the look of things. Yep, okay with that one. And onto the main part of the menu now, to consider the lease for the empty space adjacent to the public toilets in Garside Buildings, Holme Firth. I think you've all had a look at the documentation that came with this. If you like, I'll go through the first paragraph and then it gives a clear indication of what we're looking at. Community Asset Support Committee at its meeting Monday 22nd of June consider the future of this space, which has remained empty and without a tenant for 2 years. They were to choose between offering a lease to a newly interested party in its current state, which is rather poor in decoration, taking up some quotes from various builders to make good the space, or some combination. The committee were keen to have tenants for the space, but were concerned that proposed rent holiday to cover restoration of the space was too little. It was considerably less than any builder's estimates. The committee wanted to be reassured that the tenants would effect safe and acceptable quality of work, especially electrical refits. Representatives of the committee therefore met at the Garside Buildings with the proposed tenants on Thursday 25th of June, and we had a follow-on there, a report from the chairman of CASC, who's one of the people who met the prospective tenants. What we are asked to look at, is everybody happy with that section and the bit I haven't gone through, which is what the report on the meet at the public toilets? Has everybody seen that? Is everybody familiar with that one? Thank you very much. And so what we're asked to look at, if we can please, is to ask the council to approve an arrangement for the proposed tenants to have a 3-year lease at a reasonable rent of £400 per month and a 3-month rent holiday for them to fund the building and decorating work required to bring the space up to their required standard. Do we all get that? Are you all happy with that to discuss it? Any comments from anywhere? Tom, please go ahead.
I'd like to. I've the reports there in detail. I'm happy with the tenants, and I'd like to propose that we to approve the arrangement for the renting out the space to the tenants. 3-year lease, rent of £400 per month, and a 3-month rent holiday.
Okay, thank you for that. Councillor Dalton, your comment, please.
Oh,
Sorry, can't hear you.
can I make a comment, please?
Yeah, it's just a clarification.
Yes.
When this, the arrangement is for a 3-year lease, which is 36 months, if my understanding is correct. And are we saying that the first 3 months of that, the rental is waived whilst they fit it out? Is that, am I understanding it correctly?
Yes, that's how I read it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you for that. Di, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. I'm in agreement with everything. I've just two concerns. My first one is that I'm hoping that it's not going to be colour-coded, that it's going to look like a circus. It's the green and the purple decorations that's worrying me. And the other thing that I was concerned about, which I did mention to Tom, I have never ever known any business that hasn't had access there to have washing facilities. There's no stating here that there's a wash basin in. I know we're next door to the toilets, but to me, it should be a vital part of it. If you're sneezing, you're not going to be shutting the shop and nipping into the toilets to wash your hands. And the other thing is, where are they going to be filling the kettle from? Are they going to be nipping into the loo every time they want a pot of coffee? Otherwise, everything else I think is fine. I think if they're prepared to do the work, to give a rental holiday and to carry on as normal. But those are my two concerns. Thanks, Chair.
Right, thank you very much indeed.
Can I answer that, Chair? Can I answer that question, please?
Yes, please, you go ahead, Tom.
Yep. When we spoke with the tenants, we said to them that we were thinking of putting toilets in a bit of a space at the back. There's a small room at the back, but they were pleased we hadn't done this because they wanted to use it for their own storage. Like it's their own. We do not have to provide toilets to them. It's for them to provide the toilets for their own staff and how to do it, how they manage it themselves. So we're not breaking any rules. And I agree with Di. It's a bit strange. It's not probably how I would do it, but it's their choice and it's how they want to do it. I didn't ask them about how they fill the kettle up and that, but I don't know if they'll bring their own drinks in or how they'll do it. Regarding if you sneeze and things like that, they're going to have hand sanitizer in place and all the stuff like that to make it COVID safe and just clean themselves. So there will be stuff like that in place. But and the decoration probably it probably won't be to my taste. It probably won't be to many people, not everybody's taste. But it's not for us to decide what goes on inside the shop. It's their shop and they're doing their own thing. And it's a bit different. It's a bit unique, but that's their choice, I suppose. It's not up to me whether I like it.
Okay, thank you for that. Judith, have you comment, please?
Yes, please. I'm still concerned about this electric because who will be insuring the business? Will they be insuring it or will the parish council be insuring it? Because if it doesn't have a certificate to say that the electricities have been carried out by a professional person with those qualifications, then the insurance is null and void.
Okay, any comments on that?
The person doing the
Rachel?
work does have all
Sorry.
the certificates. Were they going to provide you with that, Liz? I think they're going to.
Yeah, they will. Although he's doing the actual installation, he'll get a qualified person to provide the document that's needed.
So it will be all covered. And
Yes,
I
it'll
think the
Pleasure.
building's covered by our own insurance at the moment. I think we've got insurance for the whole building. So yeah.
Okay, Rachel, go ahead, please.
I just wanted to comment on the signage because I think Councillor Hall was possibly referring to the signage on the outside. Just to say on the plus side, the company has already sent some examples of the signage that they had in mind for outside, and they've been sent back details of what's outlined in our neighbourhood plan about appropriate signage within a conservation area. And as a result of that, they've come back with an array of different signage options, which they would be happy to talk to Cask about in the future. So they're obviously mindful of the fact that the location is prominent, but also in a conservation area, and they seem very eager to please from that point of view, not just ignoring those guidelines in place.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Anyone else want to make a comment? We've had a proposal. Any seconder, any follow on to that, please? Sean, thank you very much. And that was to accept as the arrangement proposes £400 a month for 3 years But the first 3 months, no charge, whatever, it's leaving them with that money to renovate as they wish. Can we look for a support on that one, please?
I can see 11 hands.
No. Okay, yeah, and against, please. And abstentions. We've an abstention on that one.
2
So,
abstentions.
sorry?
2 abstentions.
2 is there, right, okay, thank you. And that's gone through quite clearly, good majority on that one. And that's the close of this part of the
Before you
meeting.
close,
Oh, sorry.
sorry. Could we nominate 2 councillors to sign the lease tomorrow, please, at 12 o'clock?
Right. Two councillors required, 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Tom's waving.
Yeah, I can do it. As chairman of CASC, I kind of feel I should be involved with this. So yeah, I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
Is Michael?
Anyone? I'm going to say, you know, I'd happily go down if need be, but unless, you know,
I can go if no one else can.
Yeah.
Michael.
Where are we now? Michael, your comment, please.
No, I'm just going to offer I can get there at 12 o'clock if needed.
Right. Thank you for that.
Where are we going to, Tom? Where are we meeting? Actually at the
Civic Hall.
Civic Hall.
Yeah. Home.
Right.
Not my home.
Right. No, our home.
So there we go.
Do we have to?
Okay.
So so we've got Tom and Michael had an inkling to be there at lunchtime. Is that all right, folks?
Yes, thank you.
You've got the 2 councillors there.
Yeah, everything's
Right.
fine.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed. And thanks for attending this meeting. Meeting's now closed. Thanks very much.